I think it's afternoon. Good afternoon, viewers. Good afternoon, supporters. I am here as the creator of Hush Talk Plus. Um, just talking about conversations that we have thrown under the rug that we are not comfortable talking about because we were afraid of criticism. We were afraid of backlash. We were afraid of people looking down on us thinking we're better than everybody else. So we keep quiet. But with Hush Talk Plus, we are taking all of those topics that have been hushed and we want to put it out there so that we can talk about it and we can feel comfortable giving our views and sharing our opinions. Today, I'm here to talk about the damage we do to each other in the name of love. You know, people tell you, I love you, or you tell people, I love you, and in that love, there is so much that's communicated or not communicated that we take for granted, and we end up hurting ourselves and each other in the process. But today, I want to focus on this small thing called cheating. So before I continue, I just want to say that I am not at all a proponent of cheating. I do not think that, people in a relationship cheating on each other or on themselves is acceptable. I think it's morally, it's culturally, it's just wrong. It's undesirable to the people who are affected, and it also has the potential of causing excruciating pain. I do want to say that because I believe that doesn't mean I have never cheated on somebody in my life, because I have. I have cheated out of revenge, to hurt people. I figure, oh, you cheat on me, I'm going to cheat back. Or you're not treating me right, I'm going to cheat on you and show you exactly what you've done to lust. I have done that in the past. I've also cheated just because of lust. I saw somebody and, I was infatuated right away. And I decided, you know what? It's my body. I'm cheating. So I am not innocent. I am not a saint. And I am not free of that blanket that we call cheating. I have done it before. But it doesn't mean because I have cheated before and I have been cheated upon that cheating is all right. It's not all right. So sometime last week, I was in a conversation with a bunch of people and we were talking about cheating. And I was amazed that I was the only one. I was the only one who shared my point of view. Everybody else disagreed. And I was wondering, am I an idealist? Is it that I am so much in love now that I forget what it's like to be a cheater or to be cheated upon? So I decided to bring the topic to Hush Talk and to listen to what people have to say, and also to share my views to see if people will agree or disagree with me. I'm not perfect. I don't know everything. So feel free to disagree with me. Hi, Paul. I'm not sure who it is. Hi, CR7. Hello. So this is it. I wrote some questions down because I really want to focus on the questions I was asking in Hush Talk. So the first one was, who has a right to cheat? I'm going to give you a scenario. There is a girl, and the scenario has nothing to do with real life. I am just making up a scenario. I'm very sure many of you out there have either experienced that scenario or have somebody who has been in a situation like this. But I'm not putting the scenario to represent anybody. So don't try guessing, oh, who is she talking about? I am not talking about anybody. The situations are completely hypothetical. So there is this girl. She meets this married man. And she decides, hey, I'm single. So if you're game, I'm game too. The married man decides, you know what? I feel like I have space in my life to love somebody else other than my wife. So, hey, let's get involved. So they get involved. And maybe for the girl, it was just a thing to pass the time. I'm free, I'm single. I can date whoever I want to. And she gets involved with the man. No expectations. Of course, he is married. So she knows that there is no future for us. But in some way along the line, years go by, and the girl decided, oh my goodness, this is a great man, and I am falling in love with this man. I now want this man to be mine. And like most other girls, when they're involved in relationships with married men or men who are in committed long-term relationships, we have, and I'm saying we because I have been this girl at one point in my life, we have this notion that somewhere along the line, the guy is going to fall so in love with us that he's going to walk away from the marriage, he's going to walk away from the long distance relationship, and he's going to be with us. So we have this hope, and we're hoping and we're praying, but in the process, we're getting hurt along the way because we're realizing, I want this man and I want him all to myself, but he has his other commitments, and I am not getting him. So ever so often, we were getting hurt. We were getting hurt. We were crying. We were complaining to our friends. We were complaining to the man in the relationship saying, why can't you just be mine? Some people say it's the woman's fault because she should have known that a man is married. You should have known that she should not get involved with a man who is married. And then at some point in your life, you're going to be like, oh, I want more. So it's the woman's fault. I agree that it's both the man and the woman's fault. The woman knew that the man was married, so she went in and got involved at her own risk. But the man also knew that he was married, and he's professing all of those promises to these girls, those sweet nothings, telling her at some point they're going to be together. It's both of their faults. However, if at some point in that relationship, the woman decides, I don't want to be in that relationship anymore. I'm getting hurt. I am just sitting along in this relationship, getting hurt, being expectant, and nothing is coming out of it. So I don't want to get hurt anymore. I am going to end this relationship, and I'm going to go find somebody who can commit themselves to me. If the woman decides she no longer wants to be the other woman in the relationship, she has a right to leave. So I am putting it out here to those people who are watching or people who are interested, maybe later wants to comment. Is it wrong for you to be in a angle relationship? A husband, a wife, and you're the other woman. Is it wrong to say, listen, you cannot give me what I want, I'm out? And I agree that a woman or a man, for that matter, can decide, I was a third leg in a relationship and that relationship is not going anywhere. I don't want to be part of it anymore. You cannot tell me because I knew you were married and I came into the relationship with eyes wide open, understanding that I'm the other person, that I should just sit back and accept being the other person for the rest of my life. I should have agency to decide this doesn't suit my purpose anymore. It's no longer beautiful. It's no longer fulfilling. It no longer feels good. I want to get out. Why blame the woman because she wants to get out? So that's my the first position I have on people in a relationship who are cheating. So people are asking, oh, well, if you know the man is married and then you plan to be with him, why go out and be with other people because he has not agreed to be with you exclusively? I feel that it is totally ridiculous of a man or a woman who is in a relationship, who is married, who is cheating on a side and expect the person they were cheating with to be faithful to only them. It's ridiculous. So you have your wife or your husband and me. So you have two people who are loyal to you. And then those two people should be loyal to only you. If I am the other woman and you are not loyal to me, then I feel it is okay for me to decide if I want to see somebody else, if I want to step out and go on a date, then you have no quarrels because you're not faithful to me. You have your wife. Why would I be faithful to you? And why would somebody tell me, oh, well, you should be faithful to him because you already knew he had his wife? In other words, I should be loyal to a cheater. You cheated on your wife with me. So you're the cheater. And your wife is loyal to you. And I should also be loyal. And if I step out and be in a different relationship, then all of a sudden, I am the villain. That doesn't make any sense. So to all the women out there, and as I said, I'm saying women because I'm a woman, but it could be to the men too. If you are in a relationship with somebody who is committed in a long-term relationship, even if they're unmarried, or somebody who is married, and you're out there thinking, oh, I'm going to be loyal to you because you know you love me. Understand that this person has somebody else that they're, pledging or committed to. So that person can never bring loyalty to you because they're already in a relationship with somebody else. The other question we're talking about is it okay to leave? If you tell the man, you know what, I don't want to be the other woman anymore, I'm out. Are you wrong for doing that? No, you're not wrong. You have a responsibility to protect your heart. The person who is in the relationship or the person who is committed, they cannot, regardless of how much they try, protect your heart. Because you are going to be somewhere, and Laura said, we want to be that person, but that person has another engagement with their committed person, and they're out. And the most they can do is, I'm sorry, I really wish I could be with you, but I can't. And no matter how much you cry and hurt, this person, if they succumb to your request and stay with you, guess what? Then there is somebody else, the wife or the woman, is going to suffer because she wants her husband or her partner at that time, and he cannot be there for her because he's there with you. So I am going to say, it is absolutely ridiculous for anybody to tell a woman who is in a relationship with another man who is married. It is ridiculous for you to tell that person you owe that man your loyalty because when you got into the relationship with him, you knew he was married. You can tell the person, well, you can expect that at some point you might get hurt. Because I don't know any relationship with 3 people where at some point somebody doesn't get hurt. So you can expect at some point you will get hurt. At some point you will get disappointed. Hell, even people who are in committed relationships, just 2 people, at some point somebody gets hurt. Let alone 3 people and one person is cheating or being unfaithful, the other person back, you're going to get hurt. But it's up to you to decide, am I able to handle being the other woman? Even if you're the wife and you find out your husband is cheating, you have to make a decision. Do I stay with him, work things out and salvage what we have left, or do I walk? There is nobody who has the right to tell you, oh, you married a man, so you're responsible for staying with him even if he cheats. You are supposed to decide, am I able to handle that? I know marriage is for better or worse. I said I'm getting married for better or for worse. But I know I'm not going to stay in any relationship, even when I was not married, with a man who was putting me second. I have always said I am a woman who wants to be first. You don't have to agree to put me first. But if you agree not to put me first, I am out. I'm walking. Let alone being a married woman and accepting that my husband is out there being unfaithful with another woman, I'm going to walk. So if you decide I can no longer stay in that kind of relationship and you want to leave, leave. Do not let anybody make you feel guilty. Do not let anybody's opinions and ideas hold you hostage to thinking you have to be abused or misused or devalued by a man who thinks that you're not worth enough to have him all for yourself, and you should just accept being second or being, deserving of only some of his love. Okay, so I don't know what your opinions are on this, but this is where I stand. I believe that we should try our best not to get into other people's relationships, but if we do, if somehow there was some force that we just had to fall in love with this person, and we did, we have to go in savvy enough to know that at some point we're going to get hurt. We have to know that the man or the woman cannot commit to just us because there was already somebody else. We have to know even if he does commit, you will get hurt at some point. The other person will get hurt at some point. The man will get hurt at some point. You have to believe and act as if you know that if this relationship no longer serves you, you have every right to walk if you want to. You have no apologies to make to anybody because you believe you can no longer take something that doesn't serve you anymore. So if you want to leave, leave. And if there are people who are telling you you should not leave a relationship because you know a man was married and because the man is a good man who has been good to you, then tell them if it's so good for you to stay in, then maybe they can go in and serve the man as the other woman themselves. So that's my take on this topic. I would love your feedback. If there is anything you want to add, questions you want to ask, you can drop a comment in the chat. Let me know how you think. And of course, if you can join our Hush Talk Plus channel on WhatsApp, join our Hush Talk channel, because we are going to be talking, we're going to keep talking about those conversations that people are worried or scared to talk about, because this year we're not allowing ourselves to be silenced. Thank you for supporting my first live as the Hush Talk Plus host. Have an amazing Thursday. Bye. Oh, how do I end this live? I don't even know. I don't know how to end this live. How do I end this? How do I end this live? I don't know. End this live is